Welcome back. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on Newsx's continuous coverage of this big story ahead of his address to the nation at 8:30 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made it clear that the NDA will continue to fight to implement women's reservation in Parliament. He's also confirmed he will be speaking on this during his telecast, during the telecast tonight, of course. He was just speaking in Coimbatore at a public rally there. Prime Minister Modi has emphasized the BJP brought this historic bill and they were ready to credit the opposition for its passage as well. But the anti-women opposition did not let it pass through. Well, joining us to speak about this historic women's reservation bill, we have with us a special guest. Actor Aarushi Nishank is live with us. Actor and producer Aarushi has been speaking on this bill continuously. Aarushi, thank you for speaking with Newsx. How disappointed were you yesterday when you saw this bill defeated by the opposition, when you saw that this bill did not pass, the fact that this bill will not be implemented till 2029 at least?
Thank you so much for making me come here today to show my disappointment, and which is truly extreme. And I would not say this disappointment is only coming from side of women, but it is coming from every citizen of India who believe that we have all right to progress. Especially मैं कहूँगी कि वो महिलाएं जो कि काफी समय से इस बात का इंतजार कर रही थी कि हमें एक समय आएगा और जहां पर हमको समान अधिकार मिलेंगे। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जो कल हुआ है, ये एक सदी का बहुत बड़ा एक अपमान मैं कहूँगी जो महिलाओं को हुआ है। और मुझे लगता है कि ये देरी नहीं है, बल्कि ये औरतों के अधिकार मानने से साफ-साफ इनकार है। और मुझे लगता है ज्यादा अनफॉर्चुनेट ये है कि कहाँ हमारे जो है वो एक मेल प्राइम मिनिस्टर, हमारे आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो है वो महिलाओं के अधिकार के लिए लड़ रहे हैं। एंड इट्स वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट टू सी दैट हाउ वुमेन स्टैंडिंग इन अ पोजीशन, not letting it happen. So this is very, very unfortunate. And I was just going through the datas, and जहां पर 1952 में it was only 5% of a woman representation in parliament, वहां पर आज भी सिर्फ 12 से 13% ही वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन है। तो मुझे लगता है कि जब हम कहते हैं औरत को कि औरत आधी आबादी है, तो मुझे लगता है कि उसको अधिकार भी उसी बराबर का मिलना चाहिए। तो आई डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज इट अबाउट एंड व्हाई there has to be a politics every time about women rights. So it's truly very, very disappointing.
And interestingly, PM had said, Aarushi, Prime Minister Modi had said 2 days back in Parliament that he is willing to share the credit with the opposition as well. He's willing to share the credit. He said, "Aap log bhi share lijiye." It's not that the government only wants credit. He said, "I will share the credit. You all also get your photos clicked. Let's do this historic reform together." He said these kind of moments don't happen very often in history, but still the bill was defeated.
Honestly, if it is only about sharing the credit, so we have started from 2004, right? If I'm not wrong. The bill has presented in when there was a Congress government, which we have a very, they say that very powerful woman is leading that. And it started from 2004. And now they are not letting it happen. आप ही ने शुरू किया था, तो इसको अच्छे से खत्म और अंजाम देना चाहिए था। और मोदी जी ने तो जैसे आपने कहा कि सबके साथ क्रेडिट बांटने के लिए भी तैयार है। So I do not understand this behavior and this politics from
and it seems that this always happens. It's not the first time that this has happened with the women's bill in Parliament. We've seen it being introduced earlier, but yet there are always obstacles in its passage. Why do you believe there is such a problem with this women's reservation by the politicians and political parties? Earlier too, we saw what parties like the SP and RJD had done many years ago. Even very insulting things for women were said. Very patriarchal statements and comments were made on the floor of the House. Now it seemed that they were united, as we saw in 2023, but yet again, an obstacle in the passage of the bill, Aarushi.
I agree. I think ये बात हम लोग को मान लेनी चाहिए कि पूरी देश और दुनिया जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं इस बात से डरे हुए हैं कि what will happen if women come in power. I do not know why it's too much fear. पर मैं समझ सकती हूँ, क्योंकि हमने अपने इतिहास में भी देखा है, हमने अपनी संस्कृति में देखा है कि जो औरत अन्नपूर्णा हो सकती है, जो कि एक मुंह को खाना और निवाला दे सकती है, जब गलत तत्व हो जाते हैं तो वही देवी अन्नपूर्णा और देवी सरस्वती जो ज्ञान देती है वो दुर्गा भी हो जाती है। तो मुझे लगता है कि शायद कहीं ना कहीं ये लोग इस बात से डरे हुए हैं कि व्हाट विल हैपन इफ वुमेन कम इन पावर, एंड स्पेशली आई वुड से दिस विपक्ष, आई डू नॉट नो इतना डर क्यों है आपको कि अगर औरत सत्ता में आ गई तो आप नहीं दिख पाएंगे। आप अभी भी नहीं दिख पा रहे, तो लेट्स एक्सेप्ट द फैक्ट।
Yes. Okay. My final question then to you: how empowering and how revolutionary would this bill have been if it had come into reality? Right now we look at Lok Sabha. There's just about 14 to 15% that are women. If the number had come up to 33% as this bill was envisioning, not just in Parliament but also in Vidhan Sabhas across the country, how revolutionary, how empowering would it have been for women? It was institutionalizing women representation. It was ensuring that women will be more in decision-making roles. How would that have transformed things on ground, Aarushi?
Whatever we're asking, it's not something we do not deserve. I heard first deserve and then desire, right? Woman has always been an integral part in a family also, when we have to bring balance, when we have to bring a good cause to the society. And if women come in power, that certainly there are more equal participation will happen. And we know whenever a woman comes in front, we say that behind every successful man there is a woman, but we say this is a time women will come in front and take care of other aspect. And very funny fact, past few years, there are 13 state elections and few territories has a more women voters. तो अगर ज्यादा वुमेन रिप्रेजेंटेशन आ रहा है, अगर वोट देने वाली भी ज्यादा महिलाएं हैं, तो ऐसी महिलाओं को सत्ता देने में, पावर देने में आपको क्या तकलीफ है, जो एक समाज में समानता ला सकती हैं, जो एक समाज में सहिष्णुता ला सकती है, क्योंकि वुमेन is a representation of Samantha and Saishnuta. This is what we have keep doing. We still silently fighting for our right, which is always lying there in front of our eyes, but still we are asking, but we are not begging.
Okay. Aarushi Nishank, thank you indeed for joining us with your perspective, your view on this big story.